Well, hello everyone. Anything happened while I was gone? Nothing? Just 11 more episodes added to the list, and I finally am starting my new episode format. Let's learn together. Today we're going to be reviewing not one, not two, but 3 episodes of Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 1, Episode 11, 12, and 13, McScary Manor, Super Hot Shot, and what was the third one? The Matchmaker. These reviews are going to be shorter, straight to the point. You'll get to know my opinions on all of them, and I can't wait to start this. McScary Manor is an Amelia-centered episode that sees the return of her Pop-Pop, who reappears to alert his supernatural-loving granddaughter about his ghostly encounter in a nearby abandoned manor.
That ghost is no joke. Do not go anywhere near it.
Pop, ghosts are my thing.
Why can't you just be into coloring books?
Because I gave that up years ago.
But why? You were so good at it.
After Pop Smith leaves the keys to the manor on his desk, Amelia sees this as the perfect opportunity to not only get her next story, but also fuel her obsession. This only leads to disappointment as she discovers that her grandpa was spooked by a familiar-sounding sporks beast.
Hello, Pinky.
Hi, Kira Josephson. I heard you. Heard you as soon as you came on the screen. Well, she doesn't escape the raps, she does escape the manor, fending off Tombtress. Amelia is joined by the other Rangers who free her, which triggers this walking pyramid to use her signature Mood Blast, which hits Javi and makes him submissive and Brita a submissive. The Rangers morph and kicks Tombtress into Sentai footage.
I just love how good at posing we are.
The blast eventually gets Amelia, making her extra grumpy. Pop gets to experience this at Buzz Blast after Tombtress bails. He asks her about the keys, which Amelia eventually admits to losing in the manor. This admission leads to a weird argument about Pop treating Amelia like a kid that ends with Pop storming off to the manor to find the keys, that Javi later admits he found during his little whiny episode. Amelia has no choice but to return to the manor to give back the keys to her grandfather. Void Knight instructs Tombtress to reroute her mission from finding a valuable item in the mansion to just taking out the Rangers. At the mansion, I'm assuming he got into with some spare keys. Pop finds the valuable item Tombtress was presumably looking for before being interrupted by none other than the Pink Ranger, which leads to a touching heart-to-heart. Pop gives Pinky the Dino battle key, and we learn that Amelia's parents went missing when she was just a baby due to mysterious circumstances when he promised to take care of Amelia. He describes a young girl obsessed with finding answers to the paranormal. She's then called to leave with key in hand. All of this info is the sort of thing I crave from Power Rangers, learning a little more about why our heroes do what they do, why they maybe are who they are. Even with Amelia talking with a corny, deeper voice, this was still one of the most touching scenes in the series in a bit. At the battlefield, Izzy is hit with the Mood Blast, making her scared of practically everything. Javi runs after her, leaving Zato and Ollie, who are zapped, making Zato lazy and Ollie mushy. Amelia finally arrives, realizing she's the last Ranger, at least emotionally, standing.
It's up to me.
Are they gonna go for it?
Blazing Dino Key. Ready.
Oh yeah, they are.
Blazing battle armor. Time for you to feel the burn.
Amelia becomes the first female Ranger to debut a power-up with the Blazing Battle Armor, which she uses to whip Tombtress into shape.
Oh no!
Boring. They grow big every time.
Once she grows, Amelia once again takes charge, summoning the T-Rex Zord when a new friend arrives to help. Introducing the Dimetro Blazing Zord, who awakened when its key was found. Amelia combines the Zords to create the T-Rex Blazing Megazord, and eventually takes down Tombtress with a Blazing Mega Strike. The episode ends with Pop attempting to fix Tombtress's Jane's AC at Buzz Blast, and Amelia apologizing to Pop. McScary Manor provides pretty much everything I could want from an episode of Power Rangers. Character development, exciting new arsenal, great comedy, and good pacing. I don't know if you've watched this episode recently, but the bickering between characters like Pop and Amelia was subtle but clever. I appreciated getting a change of scenery with the Haunted Manor, and Amelia getting a chance to shine in quite the important way. This episode gets a 5 out of 5. Super Hot Shot is an Izzy-centered episode that serves as a precursor to the following episode, The Matchmaker. Izzy finishes leading the other Rangers in a workout before her dad confronts her and Javi about gym flyers he's been finding around the house, which he eventually decides to pay for. Slither creates a hyper hacker that has the ability to redirect phone calls made to the Ranger hotline to Slither's hacker. He can use this to learn exact locations of sporks by giving scary accurate Ranger impressions. Izzy and Zato make their way into the gym, where we're reintroduced to Fern, introduced to Adrian, who may play a larger role next episode, and the absolutely bizarre Coach Bella.
What up, hotshots? Welcome to your free trial.
Hey, Coach Bella, are you ready to work, honey?
Woo! Let's get this party started!
Is she a sporks? After a pump-giving workout, Izzy and friends decide to join when Coach Bella announces that in order to join, trainees need to make an additional payment for a uniform. Adrian craves the Olympic medal so much that he trades a family heirloom for the outfit. After the session, the Rangers came across Slither dumpster diving for sporks. Right before the fight, he blasts Izzy, damaging her precious uniform. Unforgivable. Slither leaves with the sporks, leaving the Rangers suspicious about how he knew the location of said sporks. At the next session, Coach Bella throws more empty compliments and questions Izzy's damaged uniform. We'll rewind through Jane and Jayborg's rude interruption of this riveting plotline, which conveniently has to do with fitness, to the Rangers a couple of feet away, airing out their suspicions about the coach, with Zato revealing that he's heard her call multiple people the quote, best athlete in her class. Eventually, the Rangers decide to chip in for her to get a new uniform. Izzy makes her way to the hotshot gym with intentions of using the money to pay for a new uniform. She stops herself when Bella shows her true colors while wearing Adrian's watch, and decides to buy the watch off of her. When leaving, she gets a phone call from her dad about a spork sighting, one that Solon or the other Rangers never got a call for on the hotline. Javi and Izzy investigate, are spotted by Slither and the new Sporks Beast Fogshell, and Morph. At the base, the other Rangers test call the Ranger hotline and are answered by the Red Ranger.
Check out my flawless impression! Ranger Hotline, this is Red Ranger.
This draws Mucus and Fogshell to the plaza, where they're met by a real Red Ranger who's very upset about the case of fraud. Mucus bravely flees. At Evergreen, Slither flees with Green and Black, quickly following him to the phone tower.
Then I said, no you don't. That's gotta be the hacking device. Dino Dagger!
Well, haven't seen those in a while. Since what, like episode 1? They exist still? Red, Blue, and Pink leave the plaza to help Black and Green after experiencing Fogshell's fog, which causes illusions. More on that next episode. In unison, the Rangers all throw their dino daggers, with Slither accidentally knocking it back towards his hacker, destroying it. After this incident, Solon creates better firewalls, and Izzy stands up to Coach Bella, returns Adrian's watch, and creates her own training sessions. #IzzyEnergy. Super Hotshot had a unique premise, but didn't actually keep my attention fully. Coach Bella's bizarre demeanor was a bit confusing. I don't know if it was the actor or the writing, but she was made to be a little too suspicious. The aspect I really enjoyed about this episode was Izzy. She continues to be a character you want to watch grow. I honestly don't know what to say about this episode other than that it was okay, I guess. A 3 out of 5 for this one. The matchmaker pretty much picks up after Super Hotshot, showing Izzy leading a workout in presumably Evergreen Park, making their way to a familiar rock quarry. During a break, Javi questions Izzy's change of appearance, with her quickly brushing them off. He brings this up to Amelia, who says her mood does seem to be a bit more positive. Javi makes the connection that Izzy must be attempting to impress Adrian, who she's been working out with. Javi approaches Adrian later, telling him he definitely believes that Izzy is into him. He then pressures Adrian to go on a date with Izzy, with a certain master of disguise watching nearby. Before Izzy's workouts can continue, they're interrupted by Slither and Fogshell. Zato gets the other athletes to leave, and they morph. Fogshell surrounds the Rangers in a fog that Slither jinxed to cause illusions within it. Wait, wasn't Fogshell able to cause illusions without Slither's help? Am I missing something? While the Rangers are busy fighting henchmen, Slither kidnaps Adrian. The Rangers are left confused after the fight. Zato, Ollie, and Amelia teleport away, leaving Izzy alone with Javi, who offers to buy her lunch. But she declines, saying that she's getting lunch with Fern. Javi fails to pick up on the hint, and basically invites himself to Taco Bros. In the dreary Area 62, Slither impersonates Adrian in front of a taped-up Adrian on the phone with Javi, with Slither agreeing to meet him, Izzy, and Fern at Taco Bros.
Another stellar performance!
Not really, Mucus. He's actually been pretty atrocious. Slither plans to get close enough to Izzy to steal her morpher and sneak into the base as her to steal sporks. At Taco Bros, Adrian shows up. This is when Javi takes Fern to the side and asks her to give Izzy and Adrian space, convincing her that they're on a blind date. After Javi awkwardly leaves, Adrian lets it slip that he heard that she likes him. He gets carried away reading a love poem, eventually revealing his true identity as Slither. She quickly teleports away to safety. At the base, Izzy expresses her anger and confusion to her fellow Rangers, dumbfounded as to why Slither would assume that she had a crush on Adrian in the first place, leading to Javi fessing up, admitting that he tried to set them up because of his assumptions while seeing them getting along at training. Izzy understandably explodes, resulting in Javi calling Adrian to see if he's okay. He instead gets Slither, who offers him an ultimatum. He'll trade Adrian for all of the Rangers' sporks. The Rangers come up with a plan to duplicate the sporks chest, which Javi later gives to Mucus, with the other Rangers in the same area in disguises, in case things go wrong. Which, of course they do, with Slither refusing to set Adrian free, prompting the other Rangers to come out of hiding.
What the hell?
I actually don't think I've ever heard that type of pun with hell in an episode of Power Rangers, so I was just a little startled there. After fighting Fogshell and freeing Adrian in piss-poor Granny and Friends disguises, the Rangers morph, fight some henchmen, and summon their Zords when Fogshell inevitably grows. Once the jinxed Fog makes an unwanted return, tricking their OG Zords, Sato forms the T-Rex Blazing Megazord. The Rangers use the Megazord's fire attacks to disperse the fog and destroy Fogshell once and for all. Izzy nabs the sporks. This has really become her thing lately, hasn't it? In front of a loosely disappointed Slither, who rests assured that he has all the other sporks. That is until he's in Area 62, where a lovely presentation disappears in front of Void Knight's face. Speaking of faces, Void Knight finally takes off his helmet, the action not revealing anyone we know, so he can once again assure his love that freedom is still on the way. At the park, Izzy wraps up another training session, which Javi takes advantage of by apologizing to both her and Adrian. Javi still believes that his sister's been acting pretty different. His beliefs are confirmed to be quite legit when they turn around to see Izzy hand in hand with Fern.
Feel like ramen? My favorite.
All the Rangers look on in happiness as the new couple walk away. The matchmaker, while presumably focused on Javi, sees Izzy, not so surprisingly, steal her brother's spotlight with a monumental Ranger reveal. Not only is Izzy the first female Green Power Ranger, technically, but is also the first Power Ranger in the LGBT+ community, technically. The introduction was handled in quite a caring way, as I didn't find it to be disrespectful nor forced. I really appreciate this season constantly breaking new ground. As recent as 2 episodes ago with Amelia being the first to don the blazing armor, to now with Izzy. I look forward to Dino Fury hopefully breaking even more ground in the future. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I give it a 4 out of 5. Well, that was my first try. That was my first try on a triple quick review. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. You'll be notified when I post my video review of the next 3 episodes, which includes the return of a fan favorite villain and the introduction of this team's 6th Ranger. Be sure to comment below your thoughts on the 3 episodes I reviewed in this video. They were a pretty interesting bunch. McScary Manor and the Matchmaker were definitely the better of the 3. And of course, here is your sneak peek at the next villainess in my drawing series that I've been posting on my Instagram at blackandblue572. She may or may not be a part of the Machine Empire, I don't know, we'll see. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on social media pretty much everywhere. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.